Alright, time for some solo gathering in the black zone, and I have been forgetting about the annoying fame food the whole time. How is it called? Halloween? Oh god, what's the name for that? Halloween treat, all hello treat. I forgot about using that the whole time. This time I won't. Wait a second, I'm just going to buy 3. I think I still got one in my loot box. Yep. Okay. So, let's see. Also, I kind of want to look at my tier 6 levels. Oh no, that's tier 7. 71 for stone, 77 for lumberjack, 88 skinner, 91 ore, 75 fiber. I was wondering if I already reached level 100 on one of these things. I didn't. Because tier 6 resources are the main thing that I'm gathering. It's what I find the most and likewise take the most, and it's still reasonably valuable compared to all the other stuff that is below that margin. I'm going to try to walk the same way as I've been doing in the last 2 runs, because I have been finding a lot of tier 6 resources in Timber Top Dale and North Strand Beach. So I'll take a quick look into the high level maps down here and then path towards the north. It seems to be rather chill, rather relaxed up there. No dangerous people running around, or at least very little, compared to what I'm finding here in these maps. Here I found a lot of big and strong ganking groups, which is not that good if I get chased for forever, which I sometimes experience. Here I want to get to the southeast, into the tier 7 snow map. Let's see if I can get through this map without getting chased too hard. Already seeing a few tier 6 resources here. But the big question is, will I be able to gather in this map, or will I get interrupted very soon? Having all this carry weight definitely lets me get all those flat tier 6 resources as well, which have a somewhat decent value and are pretty quick to gather, and that I would assume would also increase my chance to get all these fame books. These rather expensive, like 300k per piece fame books that you can randomly get from gathering, which I haven't gotten in the last 2 runs. Interestingly, even though I have been gathering rather big amounts of resources, I don't know if the chances have been decreased, or if I was just unlucky, or if the chances to get those are just generally relatively low, which would make sense. No people so far. Having no people at all? Oh, that's a husky. He didn't seem to be very interested in me, but I will give him a little bit of extra time to think about what he has done wrong in his life. Just kidding. Husky people. That's not what I want to see. That's not what I want to find. But I have a nice little compensation here for waiting. Finding a few somewhat solid resources. And now I'm going to continue. I really don't want to get chased by a big group. I also don't want to get chased by a small group or a single player. But these big groups definitely have the most realistic chances of actually killing me. Southwest is the best. I'll take a rather central route to see if there are some resources in this map. There's a little bit of runed ore down there, but I don't think I will turn back for that. It's not going to make me rich. I'm just going to take flat tier 6 resources when they are right on my way. Seeing one husky player, but nothing else so far. This map looks rather empty. There's a person not being interested in me, luckily. Looks like this guy has been doing some PvE. He picked up silver from the ground. Having no big groups running around, having no gankers around also usually means that the maps are pretty empty. That gatherers have a easy time to just take everything, not being too much in danger. Even people using backpacks as cape. Surviving. Because there's nobody to kill them. I would assume this map to be at least as empty as the snow map, because it's a swamp, which means it is more valuable to gather here. I don't want to run over the street, I don't want to take the normal bridge, so I will go behind the territory. I'm also still really unsure about the ability of this mount. It is really hard to use it, so it actually has decent value. It's a good ability, but hard to use, Have to time it extremely well, have to understand the enemies very well. Need to predict what they are going to do when. Oh, I got some rough logs. That's pretty rough. Not sure if I want to deal with that. What is the bonus of this food? 15%. Pretty high. But generally just annoying. That I always have to remember buying this food when this event is going on. I'm not really finding anything in this map, so I really don't feel bad about leaving it. The next map is a tier 5 map, I believe. And there's no hide in here. There's a big stack which is too far away from the exits, so I'm going to ignore that one. And I'm going to go into the tier 8 map immediately. I will skip the... Well, the circle is moving in a interesting direction, so I will actually run around the north. Don't really want to meet these guys. I'm going to skip the tier 7 map in the southwest and taking this route even rather supports this decision. Is the circle heading for the ore? Or are they just going for the chest in the castle? It rather seems like they are going for the chest. Tier 5 map, not much I can do here. Nothing that's really of value. I mean, finding some 5.2 and 5.3 resources would definitely not hurt. But those are rare. This map only has 8% enchantment as well. But I'm reaching a tier 8 map. There's a person, it's a gatherer. Looked like a tier 8 skinner. And now I want to go to the northeast. Now I'm turning. Hello. Thank you. There's a big stack, but it's too far away from the exit. Nice big tier 8 stack, but it's just too far away. Not with this gear. I sadly have to decline. But I'm not even sure with which gear it is actually generally profitable enough when going for such a solo gathering style. Because usually with such solo gathering from the towns, there's a person probably being somewhat interested in me. Can't ride through that. Okay, this guy didn't care too much. He doesn't have friends coming from the place that he was coming from. Did I just see a name in the southeast? And the sun is kinda making it harder for me to see. So I'll just rather be a little bit more careful than a little bit too little. Than being a little bit too... how do you say this in English? I'll just say it like that, rather than being a little bit too careless. Just a suicide there in the southwest. Finding a few resources, actually. A little bit of basalt, a little bit of 6.1. Not terrible. The roads portal is in use, which is interesting. And the tier 8 big marble stack there is not vanishing, which is also interesting. On that, so no safety for me. Not seeing too many people yet. Kind of possible that I would have been able to take this big stack down there, but if I die like 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 4 times that I gather such a big stack, then it's not worth it anymore. I'm not sure how often I die when I gather big stacks. My feeling was that it really didn't happen that often. More like 1 out of 7 or 8 or 9 times that I gather a stack I actually died at the stack. But such a stack is worth about 600k, like a tier 8 stack. And all the other stacks, the tier 7 stacks, are worth much less. And I can also die at those. So it's probably not worth it to go for them. Now I want to go to the northeast. Getting really close to Morgana's Rest, but what can you do? Also, it's kind of interesting to see how the situation is at these, what is it called? These black zone villages. Oh, this map is at least tier 6 still. I'm a big fan of your YouTube channel. Nice. Sorry, my English is bad. It's fine. The snake. A dismounted person probably doing PvE, mounting up. Took some silver from the ground, supporting the idea of this guy actually doing PvE. This tier 6 map here doesn't have too many resources. It's rather empty. I want to switch to the poison since I'm in a swamp. I can find some salamanders or even some 5.2 and 5.3 snakes. There is a guy. I don't know if it's the same guy that I've just seen. Picked up silver from the ground again, and such a low amount of silver, so he's actually doing the weak mobs as well. Not only the quite valuable normal mobs, but also the weak mobs that really do not give anything. I feel like you should always just skip the really weak mobs. They give insanely low amounts of fame and silver. I mean, it's possible to just kill them while you are killing normal mobs with some AoE or stuff like that. But otherwise, I would not dismount for the small mobs when doing PvE. So now it's a tier 5 map, which I kinda want to skip really quickly. Northwest is where I want to go. Yep. Didn't really take me too long to get through this. Not very interesting map. Like, what was that now? 30 seconds? 40 seconds maybe? Really? Not too bad. Not too bad. Tier 7 Swamp. In theory interesting. Practically probably just completely empty. Northwest is where I want to get to. There is a little bit of stuff, but it is probably all just on one piece per stack. Anyhow, I'm still going to... I'll actually run close to the roads portals. I'm really close to Morgana's Rest, so I could definitely find some hostile people. Some group starting a ganking trip from Morgana's Rest. Still got almost 400 learn points. That should be enough for continuing to level up my tier 6 gathering professions. I don't know if it would be worth it to go for these normal tier 6 resources if I didn't have such high levels on those. Because it would take so much longer to gather them. And I would even get less profit. Because I would be missing out on the gathering bonus. Some of these resources here are rather full. I mean, if I actually find a lot of stuff in here. Oh, a pig. Nice. Haven't had one in a while, I feel like. I mean, it's just very rare to find them in general. Unless a map is really getting camped by gankers. But even then, a lot of gankers are able to gather nowadays. Which only makes sense. Which makes ganking much more profitable. I'm finding a little bit of stuff in this map, and there are 2 roads portals, so this map is very safe. There hasn't even been a charge been taken yet. I will take a quite close look at this map and see if there are really so many resources here, because if there are, I definitely want to stay in here and take all the good stuff. A lot of stacks that have more than one piece is a rather good sign. Here the tier 6 wood has been taken though, and I haven't found any tier 7 wood in this map yet. Having 2 roads portals though is also pretty nice for the case of a big stack spawning. A relatively high chance that the big stack is either close to one of these roads portals or close to an exit of the map. So I would feel comfortable gathering the big stack. Not seeing people for such a long time in a tier 7 map, in a tier 7 swamp even. It's kinda weird. It's kinda interesting. I don't think that I will go into the corners though. Because then I would already be very far away from the safety options. Don't really want to get too far away from the roads portals and possible map exits. Here on the plateau it's rather empty. Most people probably already know that on the plateau the higher tier resources usually spawn. And at the edge. Really empty here on the plateau. There's a person. It's a gatherer. Now I know why it's so empty here. Now this thing will most likely only have one piece. This guy also may be in a group telling friends to gank me now. But I'm relatively close to the roads portal. Not only relatively, I'm really close to it. But I sadly have some competition now on this map. And I'm not really finding anything anymore, so time to continue. Isn't the next map already tier 8? Yeah, it is. Let's look into this. I could take a quick look here. There are people on Swift Claws. Swift Claws are usually a nice sign for people being in a small scale group rather than in a ganking group. I mean, of course, there are weaker ganking groups using Swift Claws as well, but I mean, those are not that dangerous as well, since I mean, my mount has the same movement speed. How are they going to catch me if I run at the same speed like them? Not really possible. Tier 8. I definitely do not want to get too deep into this map. I don't want to get too far away from exits. Also, I have been seen by multiple people, which is never that great for what I'm doing right now. But I want to look at a little bit of stuff. It looks really empty though. Even the tier 6 resources are being taken. There's a person doing something. He's in the guild we trade, but only because he has such a peaceful guild name, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, look at the logo of my guild. It's a heart. And I'm responsible for around 15 deaths in Albion every week. Likewise, you can't really deduce too much stuff from that. A gatherer and a wolf. The wolf does use a Martlock cape though. And they even have a support. So it rather looks like small scale. Are they chasing? Oh well, those are different people. And those are different people. I will then just leave the map. He stopped chasing. So I'll take a look. But this map seems to be relatively active, player-wise. I would like to gather these tier 6 resources, but these people are kind of annoying for me. Don't really want to be seen while gathering. Even though they were using really weak gear and only tier 3 horses, they still may be in a big group. I mean, people with low tier gear and tier 3 horses running around in this map kinda means that they are at least usually a little bit of dangerous, since if they wouldn't be, they would not survive. They would not manage to run around in this map. At least I would assume so. It's a tier 8 map, relatively close to Morgana's Rest. Likewise, the map should be somewhat dangerous. But I'm only assuming. I don't know if the black zone around the villages is full of weak guilds nowadays. What are these guys? Are those gankers? Kinda looks like it. I mean, must be ganking gear. Why else would you have a leather jacket, an assassin jacket especially, on a Heron spear? Northeast is where I want to go. I want to switch to poison in case of finding some nice 5.3. or 5.2 hide. I don't know if I should stay a bit more in the tier 8 map. But it looks a little bit active. I don't want to get chased for forever. Those guys were not chasing me. They didn't even pass through this thing. There was somebody doing PvE. That is, I don't know what the hell that is. Maybe a transporter, most likely. So I think I rather prefer to continue than trying to get some more stuff in the tier 8 snow zone. But I'm not sure. They were waiting there at the exit, which is also really annoying. If they wouldn't have done that, I would have probably tried to do some more stuff in that map. But them waiting at the exit is kind of a bad sign. They could be just waiting for friends or something. But really not what I'm looking for. I definitely want to go the northwestern way. A scout, that's really annoying, but may not mean much. A lot of fiber lying around, but probably everything on only one piece. Definitely going to take the northwestern route, so I have one more exit to play with. Only one piece on the stack, so I'm not even able to preemptively use my poison. Oh, there's another hyena. Don't expect too many pieces on those, but 2 out of 5 is not that terrible. Finding a tiny bit of stuff here. Nothing crazy yet, but there's a person having very low HP on his mount. Does it mean he got ganked? Does it mean he tried to get dismounted on purpose? So he doesn't have cooldowns? I'm not seeing people, so let's continue getting those hyenas. I did want to dodge the slow with my E, but I didn't manage to do that. Randomly getting a book. But books are really nice. 20k, almost no carry weight. Also having more than one piece on all of these hyenas. Rather nice. Already going to refresh my food, so I don't have to think about it. Oh, tier 7 height. And 7.1 fiber. Probably should... Somebody was killed in the north. I probably should prioritize getting the tier 7 fiber. But I don't know. 2 people getting killed there. So maybe this map is dangerous. I'm finding a few resources, so most likely this map is dangerous. I really don't feel like getting chased by a dangerous group in this map, man. This map is really bad. Or surviving. At least there are 3 exits. But this is really dangerous, this map. I will have to be very smart. Will have to be very quick. I will have to play very well. Unless the gankers are really bad. Or not enough people. If it's just a small ganking group, then it also doesn't matter too much. That's a stack. Does use ganking gear. He does indeed use ganking gear. Oh, there's a rhino. Oh my god. And I showed him that it is here. He was randomly running around finding me like that. Do I want to hope that he will not come here again? Because he hasn't seen me? Question is, how are these guys playing? I have to be very careful now. I wasn't seen in the last like 30 seconds. So I have pretty good chances that they will pass by. That they will go some way. And I will be able to get these nice resources there. Somebody was killed in the northeast, which is kinda nice. So there was a rhino. There's so many mobs here. But I did not get hit by anything, which is really nice. It is actually possible that the guy would try to gank me with invisibility right here. That is definitely possible. If he inspected me, which he probably did, he would know that I'm using skinning gear. Likewise, I want to gather hide. And I'm definitely going to want to gather 7.1 hide. That's worth like 6k or 7k per piece. But he also was using tier 7 gear and had only 1250 IP. That's not very high. It's not very low either. It's a somewhat reasonable level. But it's not crazily high. And also it is interesting that he's only using tier 7 gear. Why would he do that? Why would he not use tier 8 gear if he was in a strong group? Likewise, I would assume he's not in such a strong group. He's not in such a big group, or he's just very poor. All of these points being signs for him not being too dangerous. Being poor in this game also pretty much means that you are either unexperienced or just doing a few things wrong in the game. And people doing things wrong in the game, of course, are less dangerous. Pretty obvious. Pretty logical. Found a few nice things in this map. I have to say that. Let's see if I can find more. I definitely don't want to stay in corners too much, because this map is not inactive, obviously. 3 people have died, I have been chased a little bit. So this map is definitely not inactive. But well, that helps the resources to replenish. I mean, also, if this guy was able to gather, he probably would have taken that 7.1 rhino. That 7.1 rhino was worth 130k. Don't need to go that far into this. Any nice resources? 1 hyena, 2 hyenas. Oh, my poison actually ran out. Somebody was killed. Now in the south. Looks like my little circle that I ran there really did the work that I was hoping it to do. The people seem to have gone another way. or around me, and likewise missed me, and I was able to continue gathering peacefully. But if I will most likely find those gankers, or maybe fighters who killed the gankers relatively soon. I really do think so. That they are just taking their rounds around the area and look for people. Can't tell how dangerous they are, but if they have a whispering bow, and it usually means that the group is rather big, because the whispering bow alone doesn't do anything. You kinda need to have more people for having a pure DPS ganker. Which really helps with all these transporting modes, I have to say that. Whispering bow with that relatively high DPS really helps dismounting those tanky transporting guys. Any resources, maybe? Not too much stuff right here. But it's not too little either. This map has been relatively good. This guy is dismounted and went invisible. Oh, 2 hyenas, fiber, a dismounted person. Let's take a quick look at them. A bloodletter with a Hellion jacket, what? Or maybe an assassin jacket, could be that as well. Maybe those guys are really weak gankers, really bad gankers, it's very possible. I do want to go to the northwest and I want to switch to invisibility. I probably don't want to stay in this map though. The people that I've seen didn't really look very dangerous, but the map is pretty active. I mean, this map could be really good for gathering. I'm not having a gallant horse, but if these guys don't gank me with invisibility, it will be extremely hard for them to dismount me. Like a bloodletter and a whispering bow. Where's the Grail Seeker? Where's the double-bladed staff? Where are the claws? And I kinda have to assume that they have that in their group. I kinda have to assume that. I can't just think, oh, they probably only have these not so useful ganking builds without anything that helps them actually pin down some targets. They kinda have to have some CC in their lineup. I have to assume it. It's possible that they don't have that, but it's relatively unlikely and it's very dangerous for me to just assume people to be weak or not dangerous. I'll take a quick look here into the north of this exit. It's a tier 8 map. In theory I could find stuff, but practically it does not look like I will find anything. Dismounted person gathering something. It is a gatherer, so I'll try to steal some stuff. He doesn't seem to be gathering too quickly, so I will actually get 2 pieces. Tier 5 gathering gear. I don't know what's the point of using tier 5 gathering gear in this map. Maybe he's just using it because it is relatively tanky. And pretty cheap as well. Oh, that's 6.2. I can take that. Where is the money? It it's not in this map, it seems like. I could have checked out the plateau in the north. I haven't been seen by anybody. I kinda was seen by this guy who 100% has a hideout in this map. Which means that his guild has a hideout in this map. Which means that he can possibly either bring his guild or change his equipment. It's a tier 7 map, so in theory I can find resources in here. There's a person which is not looking too much at me. Looks pretty empty so far, but I have just entered. This impression can change. This plateau is pretty good. And a few people seem to know that. Couple of tier 6 resources being full. That's what I'm talking about when I say this impression can change. Can also go into the southwest if I feel like it. There's a Golden Roads portal. Really being helpful there. Five out of 5. This is very interesting now. So I will probably just want to check out the southwest as well. I mean, ore also being relatively nice for me since I'm using mining boots and mining cap. Giving me some nice extra loot on that. Plus 50% I believe. No, not plus 50. Plus 35% on the basic gathering yield. I'll take a look into the southwest. One out of 5 on this one though. Let's see. I'm not going to directly look at the edge, but I'm going to look at these small edges, however you want to call them. Wasn't seen by anybody, so I'll just quickly use my E. Nobody is going to gank me with invisibility in this situation. And the next time that I dismount, I will have my E back up again. But when I'm in danger of getting ganked by people using invisibility potions, then I definitely want my E to be ready. Because that extra distance in a very short amount of time can save my life. Relatively empty here. The southwest was not very profitable. I'm going to look at the north anyhow though. And then continue into the northeast. Let's see if one of these tier 6 maps, the forest or the desert, will be full of tier 6 resources again. I have so much carry weight, so I am ready to find tons of tier 6 resources. And I also kind of feel like I could find some, what's it called, fame book, fame tome, with which you can level up those gathering professions, which are relatively valuable. The prices will probably already have dropped a lot, but they still should be valuable because they are so rare. Even though I'm not very sure why they are valuable in general. I don't know who the hell buys these things for such prices. I don't really know what's the point. There's a person knowing that I'm gathering, but this guy really doesn't look too crazy. I want to invite him, but I can't do that when he's getting attacked. I think that does not work. Does he hope that he can get dismounted from this mob before I'm done with this deck? Because he can't. And now he's teleporting a little bit, which never hurts. But let's actually quickly look at the... Oh, there's a territory. Can I win the 1v1? Kinda. But I will actually just mount up and run away. Can I gather one more? I can't. Now he's running away. Looks like he was just hoping that I would fight him. Didn't I look at his stats? I forgot about it. But yeah, it looks like he was just hoping that I would fight him. Hoping that I think I can win a straight 1v1. Which I probably can in a way. But he is worth absolutely nothing, and I'm worth probably more than the amount of silver that he has. So not such a good engagement for me. I would not mind to find some more of these tier 7 resources, and there is some more stuff. Okay, I pretended to just continue going the way. So he most likely will not think that I'm here. But he also wasn't using ganking gear. He was using some small scale gear or maybe Hellgate gear or whatever. Albion jacket being a huge sign for not being a ganker. Unless you're like some solo ganker maybe. But dangerous ganking groups will not use Hellion jackets. Unless they just have some fighting gear as well in their inventory. Because these Hellion jackets are just completely useless for catching people. You don't need that at all. Rather have some assassin jacket or some higher CC stats with tank armor, or just some clothes for higher damage. No point in using Hellion jackets. They also have some of the lowest stat bonuses compared to things like the assassin jacket. The assassin jacket gives, like, I believe the highest bonus to attack, to damage increase of all the leather jackets, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't looked through all of them, of course. At some point I probably have, but not recently. Recently I have only been looking at like the assassin jacket and the Hellion jacket and probably the mercenary jacket and the stalker jacket. And from these four, the assassin jacket had a significant difference when it's about the damage increase. The percentage damage increase statistic. Not finding too much stuff. Not finding too little stuff. But I probably should just continue. Not getting rich in here. I mean, I will also not really get rich from those tier 6 maps, but they should be a little bit more solid than what I'm getting here, to be honest. Can't gather this without killing the elemental. So I'll skip it. There's a big stack that's very close. It's tier 7, which is nice. It's very close to the roads portal, so I'm actually going to gather this. I'm only going to take 6.1 resources and tier 7 resources on my way. Because the stack looks so nice. But if I see a lot of stuff in this map, I will spend a little bit more time in here. But this, oh, 7.1, I have to take that. I do have to take that. It's so unlikely that the big stack will be better than this. And the chance is actually not that low that this 7.1 base it will either lose its enchantment or will be taken by somebody else. Before I can come back here. Really shouldn't skip this tasty stuff here. That's actually quite valuable. Actually giving me some decent money per time. And the 6.1 resource just is taken so quickly and is decently valuable. So I should go for that. I'm not walking the most efficient way. I'm seeing a few resources in this map so far, so I will most likely stay a little bit in here. Okay, let's see if this stack is alone or if there's somebody harassing it. Yeah, the road portal is really close to the stack. Really nice. Oh, and it is blah, blah, blah. It is enchanted. It's 30 out of 30. Okay. This is really nice. I would like to know how much money I get from that. But I already had some 7.1 basalt in my inventory before. This map must be extremely inactive if nobody comes for this. Such a safe stack. And I've seen resources in the middle. I will spend some time in this map. I will spend some time in here. Having my mouse over my mount, so maybe if I'm lucky I can somehow mount up. But if I'm getting ganked by invisibility, that's just not possible. Having the European delay and also just human reflexes. Nothing godlike here. Not really making it possible to mount up. Also mounting up has some cast time, some channeling time. Not cast time, but channeling time. I'm gathering it really quickly though, which is really nice. Because I already am level 53 now. Was level 52 before, obviously. But having this quick gathering speed is really nice. Already got most of it. So even if I got ganked now, it would have been worth it to get here. Didn't see if this guy was dismounted. He's solo. He does not have invisibility potions. So I will not care too much. He joined the group. And he's so far away, so I can basically finish this. 8 million PvP fame only. But who knows, maybe it's just a Smurf account or something. Boom. Quite a nice amount of money. No, not that much actually. Really not that much. Only 230k, and I already had some 7.1 basalt before. How much did I get from that? Only 150k or something? Must be more. Is this stuff that cheap nowadays already? How expensive? Only 3k. Like a week ago it was on 4k per piece. But maybe the price will change when I reach Thetford again. And maybe this stuff is just generally more valuable in Thetford. That's also possible. There was stuff in the middle, so I really should go back to the middle as soon as possible, while also taking all the stuff that I find on my way. But in the middle there a lot of stuff can spawn. Do I want to look at the edge? The map looks extremely inactive. And on the edge there's a high tier stuff. I'll take a look at the edge actually. Because the high tier stuff spawns there. And that's what I have the most interest for. There's some basalt. Gotta take that. 8 out of 9. Finally finding some basalt again. Like 2 months ago or 3 months ago, I found so much basalt all day long, which is why I have such a high level on tier 7 stone gathering. This stack is pretty much close enough, I believe, and the map is extremely inactive. Where am I? I'm in the middle of nowhere, which is good. I'm in the north, which is good. So it is too far away. This big stack is too far away. I could die. I could die. If I get ganked, I do have to go to the northeast, I believe. I can't count on actually being able to channel to get into the public hideout. It could work with invisibility and stuff like that. There's a person. He's in a group. I did not see if he has invisibility potions. Is he sticking around? Is he here with invisibility? No, he isn't. His gear definitely is not that good for ganking. Also, he was using very low tier gear, which is also very good. He could go to his hideout though, get good gear, and gank me. Actually, this deck is too far away from the exit. It is too far away. I also have the option to go to the public hideout and channel. And I also mount up much quicker. Only 3 seconds to mount up with this mount. Don't really want to play this dangerously. Big stacks are the biggest reason, the biggest risk. Like everything else I do is much less risky. But this map is extremely inactive. But a big ganking group could roam through the map at any time. But would a big ganking group gank with invisibility? Some big ganking groups, do they do that? Not really. Sometimes. They do it sometimes. I really don't like this big stack here. It is too far away. But it's not insanely far away. My boots are probably enough to reach the tunnel. They are most likely enough to reach the tunnel, actually. But for like a tier 8 map, this would definitely be too far away. Or for a map that feels at least somewhat active in some way. I got about 200k from that, okay? From that big stack. I mean, considering the short amount of time that it takes me to gather it, it is of course really good. Now I'm going to take a look at the edge. Originally I wasn't planning to look into this corner here, but look at this. There seems to be nobody in this map. Nobody that I have to worry about. Obviously the last guy that I saw was in a group, which is mildly concerning. But he didn't show too much interest. Interestingly. Okay, at the edge, the resources are gone. Are they? There must have been some gatherer. But when was he here? Like all this stuff is taken? If this map was so inactive, why are all these resources here taken? I mean, I just took 2 big stacks and nobody came around. 2 out of 5, nice. 100k, 100k. There's some 6.2 as well. The edge has been sieged by somebody. I mean, there was stuff in the middle, but not all of it was there either. I would hope to find a little bit more of these tier 7 resources on the edge though. Nobody contesting these big stacks is very interesting. I mean, I also don't know how often gatherers do that. And if there are some gatherers who don't often go for big stacks. Finally some tier 7 again. Not too much though. This map is being really good though. Finding quite a lot of stuff. And now even finding this. Oh, too bad. Too bad. The edge is... It is not too empty, right? It's not too empty. 18% enchantment in this map. Because I probably want to check out the edge. 20% enchantment on this map means like every 5th tier 7 resource will be enchanted as well. And if that stuff is 7.2 or 7.3, then it's going to be quite a lot of money. I'm really going to check out this map completely. I'm finding too much stuff in here, and it's a tier 7 map. So I'm just going to quickly clean out this map. It's too good right now. And maybe even another big stack spawns. It's definitely possible. Don't know the timers for that. Only one. Can't really gather that without clearing all of that stuff. Which I could do, but I don't know. Nice. Finally. 3 out of 5. Because 6.2 ore is pretty good. Pretty good. 5.3 stone. Let's see if it is worth 1k. It is almost, so I'll take it with me. I'll take it with me. Anything here at the lake? Or rather the river actually. Not really a lake. This map is pretty full. Cleaning out the north. And I have tons of carry weight. So I can take it all with me. Already having around 2.2 million loot. And that in 1 hour and 10 minutes. So actually not doing too badly this run so far. I haven't been chased yet. I got 2 big stacks. 3 big stacks even. I'm not 100% sure. Did I get 3 big stacks? No, only 2, right? Only these 2 here in this map. There's a small chest, but I'm not going to go for that. Right? It's too far away. I mean, I can gather my way there. But I will get contested by these weak people, right? Somebody took some roads. Charge. 1 minute ago. Let's just ignore this chest. I do want this basalt. These 2 frost mages will not be... I was too slow. I got hit by them. And now I lost my Fort Sterling cape. Annoying. But it is insanely unlikely that I will get ganked right now. Nobody is in this map and nobody has seen me for 10 minutes, I think. I will not get ganked that quickly. And in only 1 minute and 10 seconds I will have my Fort Sterling cape back. What about some 6.3 and 7.3 resources? I mean, I found some 6.3 already. But what about some 7.2 and 7.3? I definitely could find some of that. This map is inactive enough. So far. Let's see if the chest will be taken immediately. Let's see if somebody will die at the chest. Teleporting costs 240k from here. Okay, now I basically cleaned the whole east. Do I want to continue with the middle? Or do I want to continue... Nice, 5 out of 5. 6.2 is really good. Looks like 5k per piece or something. Or do I want to continue with the edge? The chest has been taken immediately. I think I will continue with the edge. I'm never able to gather at the edge. I want to just enjoy actually finding resources at the edge. But I want to look at the whole edge. Don't really want to run 2 circles. Running in zigzag. I can't really gather that big stack. This is really too much. This is really too much. There is nobody in this map, but this is too much. This is so far away. 5.2 wood, sure, why not? This would just be crazy. I mean, if it's 7.3, I will take it. I will be greedy, but if it was 7.2, I already got the feelings. The dilemma. If this stuff will actually be good. Hopefully it's just 7.0, so I don't have a bad feeling to leave it. I will also definitely 100% easily leave it if it's 7.1, I believe. Even though it's so valuable. 7.1 ore is so much better than 7.1 stone. But I really can't gather there. That would not be a sane decision. Even though gathering close to it is actually also dangerous. Kinda need to keep that in mind as well. Imagine 7.3. Where is it? It is 7.1 and there is some other stuff next to it. And all I've seen was some useless ox player. Most likely I didn't look at his items. I can't really tell. 7.1 ore is so nice. Do I have some in my inventory already? I do. It's worth 5k per piece. Would be some really nice money. But I can't gather it. And the nice basil next to it as well. Sad. But I really shouldn't do it. I'm worth 7.4 million right now. Counting my gear and my loot. Did the ghost leave me? It did. Okay. The position here is insanely bad. If a ganking groups happen to look at this, I would most likely not survive if the group is big enough, dangerous enough. I should not risk that with this gear. Any resources? 6.3, nice. And down there the 6.3 has already been taken, sadly. 2.5k per piece. Decent, very decent, very good. Better than the 6.1 resources of the other professions, except maybe 6.1 hide. 6.1 hide is very close to that as well. This map seems so inactive right now. So interesting. Okay, almost. I have cleared now 50% of the edge. Can I gather there? Barely. Without getting aggro. Really clearing this whole map. Really taking it all. Except, sadly, this big stack there. And the nice basalt next to it. Even though basalt is not even that nice anymore. Tier 7 resources also dropped so heavily. And all the 6.1 resources as well. Pretty crazy. These price developments. But maybe this will discourage some gatherers, so less gatherers are gathering, and likewise the prices will rise again, because there are less resources to get. Less people that put resources into the market. It is possible, but who knows. This big stack is still not gone. Maybe there's not even somebody in this map who can gather it or want to gather it in such a bad position. Kinda crazy. This map is really inactive. This feels like the good old days, like 1 year ago, where you could just run into the black zone and not find anybody the whole time. Maybe one ganking group in 2 hours, and that's it. And when you got rid of those, you were free to go and just gather all day long. The days where you could find tier 8 resources. Tier 8. Those were the days where I didn't have all the gathering professions on tier 8. Not even close to that. Clearing this whole stuff. I have taken the big stack here. So I guess I would have already taken some of the stuff that would be interesting for me here. But who knows, I haven't looked at everything at this place here. Didn't see basalt elemental yet. Didn't see that yet. I also haven't done anything in the middle so far. I went pretty much straight through it. Also didn't take the tier 6 resources there. So I will also have the middle. That could give me some nice stuff. And I also could take a look into the roads portal in theory, to see if there's a nice way to go home. I really have tons of carry weight, but look at it, 58% already. I am able to really gather tons of stuff here. And interestingly again, I still haven't found such a fame book. The big stack, still not gone. Very interesting. Hopefully another big stack spawns. I really would not mind. I really wouldn't mind. Just give me a better position, somewhat decently close to some exits or something. I just want to survive. This map. This map. My ore books are almost completed. I only have one ore book left. Did I find so much ore? 300, 500 and a little bit of tier 7 here and there. Maybe I should take one more book with me next time. But maybe also this Halloween buff food is increasing maybe the rate at which I'm filling these things. Also almost having my stone books filled. There is somebody. Very weak, very cheap, very alone. 16 million PvP fame. $268 learn points left. Gathering like this definitely drains my learn points. But it's really good to reach high levels on tier 6 and tier 7 and tier 8 gathering. It's just so good. Gathering this stuff quicker is such an advantage. And let's not forget about the additional gathering yield that I get. The big stack has been taken now. That is interesting. I mean, it is kinda to be expected that somebody will take such a nice resource. It's so valuable, 5k per piece, so the whole stack will be like, I don't know, 150k, 300k or something like that. 5.3, really nice. Found quite a few 0.3 resources in this map as well. Decent enchantment, level 7, really nice. Okay. Now I'm completely done with the edge. 6.2, yes. I'm actually making pretty good profit this run. Actually, I think I will reach the 2 million per hour. I do have that right now, almost. No, I actually have it. I actually have 2 million per hour right now. This map has been really good. I doubt that it will always be this good, but I take it. Definitely. So full. My books. So full as well already. Next time I'm going to take more books with me. I have insane amounts of carry weight. I should just take one more book with me. Per gathering profession. It's not going to make me that much more expensive. And it will definitely increase my loot in case of finding so much stuff from one resource. Even though I'm finding a lot of stone and ore here. Okay, now I'm really excited for the middle. It is possible that the person who took the ore in the south, in the west, also took resources in the middle. What did I already check out here? I don't remember. So let's just look at everything. Is that a 6.1 tree? This is indeed a 6.1 tree. Probably one that I have already been hacking at. If that's possible to say it like this in English, I have no clue. Because in German you would use this word for cutting trees. Just scanning the whole thing. It's probably faster to kill this thing. I haven't been seen, so I'll use my E. A tier 7 map that is not empty. I haven't had that in forever. It's so long ago that I had such a sight. But I'm also kinda interested in going for 6.1 resources plus only. And using a frost ram. That's most likely the thing that I'm going to do if I die once with this mount. Just going with a frost ram and take 6.1 only. With a frost ram I would be really cheap again. Really cheap meaning 2 million. Instead of being worth 5 million. Which is quite the difference. I don't know if I would want to go for big stacks. Probably not. Only because I'm 3 million cheaper. I would probably have the same policy towards stacks as I have it with this mount. Just take them when they are very safe. Because an exit is very close. Only in those cases I would take those big stacks, I think. I would want to find a roads portal that leads me relatively close to some black zone portal, or into the blue zone, or into the red zone, or into the yellow zone. So I could go back for cheap. Because going this deep is definitely gives me higher chances to find valuable resources. So I don't really want to walk the way back. Because it is more likely that I would not find too much stuff there. What have I already checked out? I did check out this place there. So much stuff. I'm so full with stuff. A lot of not so valuable stuff, for sure. But a lot of stuff. And I did not get such a fame book. I didn't. Probably meaning that I'm unlucky, I would assume. Almost time to check out the plateau in the middle, of which I have seen a lot already, considering the plateau is not that big, but a lot of time has passed. 15 seconds until I need to eat my food. This is my last food. I will also get overweight, I believe, without the pork pie. There are people. It's a Skinner. Nice. So hopefully he will not contest the basalt. Looks like he's going for the tier 8 swamp through the tunnel. No, he's taking it. But he is scared of me. That's interesting. And nice. But maybe he has ganking gear in his inventory and ganks me now with 8.3 dagger pair. Oh, enchanted stuff. Would definitely be nice. There's so much stuff on this map. So much stuff. I wonder how much loot I already had when I entered this map. I think I was at like 1.8 million or so. I think I have gathered 1.8 million worth of loot in this map. And it really seems like I should bring one more pork pie next time. It really does look like it, because I simply have such an insane amount of carry weight. So I can really spend a lot of time in the black zone here, taking all that stuff. Oh, my ore journals are filled completely. No. I need more journals. There are a few people. I would like to look at what gear they are using. A healer, tier 8. That's not nice. And now he's chasing... Well, not the healer, but somebody else of that group. Do want to look at him. 1400 as well. But they stopped chasing, which is very nice. I only saw 3 people of those, but this may be a bigger group as well. They can definitely have more people in their group. Like, who would run around with 3 people when you have a Hello Fall and a Bloodletter with a Hellion Jacket? They most likely have quite a few more people. Maybe they just got these 3 dudes to go here to ring away some loot and then regroup in another map. It's also possible. These people could also be some static dungeon players. There are 2 public static dungeons here. I will, after clearing this map, start looking into roads portals for a nice way home. Okay, I haven't looked at the middle yet. At the complete middle. Did I look at this edge here? I don't think I did. No, I don't think so. Slowly I will have completely emptied this map. Right at the hideout. Anything? Nope. Well, not nothing. But not much either. I still have some places to go in this map. But stuff starts looking more empty now. But I have been here some time ago as well, so that may be my fault. So I'm going to look at this area here now. I didn't look at that yet. And then I'll take a look into the roads portal to see if there will be a nice way for going home. Because my pork pie is going to run out somewhere soon. There's a different person from a different guild. I would like to look at you. Okay, really weak. He's in a group though. The map starts to get more active. Is starting to get more active. I haven't looked around that hideout down there yet. When I will have only 10 minutes left on my pork pie, I will start thinking about teleporting no matter where I am. Because I do not want to get overweight. I do not want to throw away resources. the amount of resources that I will need to throw away to be able to teleport will be higher than what I can get in that time, I would say. Did I look at this place here already? Looks pretty empty, no matter if I did or not. Okay, time to go to the roads portal, and if there's no good way, I will continue the gathering run and look into the next roads portals. Maybe I should just go backwards. That's one of these guys, and he's also gathering, which is not nice. Also the question is, how big is this group? I think I will move backwards. I don't like these guys being here in these positions. And I kinda, like, they will clean out the nice stuff that I want to gather as well. They have very weird mount choices, but they probably just have a hideout in this map. I'll look at other roads portals. I'll look into the golden one. Here it's already also 15k cheaper to teleport. These guys looked at me in an interested way for a short amount of time. Vortex spawning in 42 minutes, that's no problem. This is a tier 7 snow map. I've spent a lot of time in the tier 7 highland map now. Have to say that. But this map was relatively empty. I mean, in theory I could go through the tunnel, but tunnels are really not good. Tunnels are really not the way to go. If you can somehow dodge them. Unless you're just invincible from the invincibility shrine in the Black Zone portal towns. Kinda sad that I'm not getting fame for journals right now when gathering this stuff. Let's look at this. Give me some blue zone. Willowshade Lake. Where is that? Willowshade Lake. That could be close to something. Is that closer? 1, 2, 3, 4 maps. That is indeed closer, and I don't have to go through a tunnel. So I'll take that and go from there. Pretty nice, pretty lucky. I'll take that. And I can change to poison after like 1 hour or something. Northwest. A lot of garbage maps though. Well, there's a tier 7 coming. Could also go through these two. But I don't think I want to do so. It seems longer. It would be in one more tier 7 map though. But these tier 7 maps are not that empty usually. Medium chest spawning right next to me. Even though when I started this run today, I saw nobody in the one tier 7 map that I was going through in the beginning. Also the tier 6 swamp, which is sometimes heavily ganked, was also pretty empty. Maybe it's because it's Sunday, maybe it's because I started maybe a little bit earlier today, I don't know. I don't think that that's the case, though. Northeast. Maybe the groups that were doing stuff there are just busy somewhere deeper in the black zone. Also possible. Teleporting costs 180k here. Probably want to walk that. Probably 4.2. Let's quickly take it. A little bit above 1k per piece. Did this rise again? Possibly. I mean, I could also find some 4.3 somewhere over the rainbow. I'm not at the 2 million per hour anymore though. I'm still staying somewhat close to it though. Though. Tier 7, right? Yep. And northwest is the only way to go. Oh, there's a person, but he's not looking at me. There's a nice blue roads portal. So I could gather in this map. Yeah, 16 minutes still left. 150k. So I'll walk to the blue roads portal. I'll do it. I'm not very far away from town anymore. This map is probably decently dangerous because it's so close to town and it's tier 7. But maybe that will be a reason why I may find some resources as well. Oh, and also I remember that tier 8 the tier 8 desert was also decently profitable. South Grove Corps. South Grove Corps, where's that? It's decently close to Bridgewatch in case of this ganker there being annoying. Which can happen. Which is possible. He didn't stay here. Nice. He kinda blocked me from gathering a few resources there though. The Swamp Dragon will only have one piece, right? The medium chest will take forever to open, so nobody will go there yet. So this doesn't disturb me right now. This guy came out of the roads, so I will actually go to the northwest now. I don't know what he did in the roads. Well, he missed. I really should have dodged that one spell though. Did he cast his E on me? Does he just not do any damage? Is that possible? Is that possible? What kind of W did the one-handed dagger play? These guys were really weird. If those were real gankers, I would have been in danger. I probably should have turned around into the roads. And I really had to dodge the W from that one dagger pair guy. Really had to do that. Then I would have taken much less damage. Northeast or northwest, both is fine. The ability of this mount is really not that great. I used it because the jump is faster than running without gallop. The mount is really tanky, which is really nice. But these gankers were really weak. They weren't weak, they had like 1400 to 1500 IP, but they were really bad. And they had really bad items. So if this was a real ganking group, I would have gotten dismounted there. This guy is in fight, can I kill him? I probably can, yeah. Oh, he can go into the roads portal, but he doesn't know about that. He seems to be really new. And he seems to be very valuable. I cannot hold this many items. I really want to mount up very quickly. Is there anything valuable? The cape is very valuable. Do I have anything that's not valuable? I'll throw away this book here. Well, I also could have thrown away that. Is there anything else? Ah, this is so annoying. Not really. Nothing that's worth more than 13k. Okay. Let's see. I would guess PvP fame of 3 million? 585k, yeah. He could have easily escaped into the roads portal. He also could have basically kept running because I didn't change my boots. I really had no chance to catch him. And he even could have fought me. Like, he would have won a 1v1. He just would have needed to use his Q 3 times on me. And then his E, and then he would have so much health. Which would have been a real problem for me. I may have disengaged that then. Northeast and northwest is the same. My pork pie is soon running out, but right now I cannot teleport and I cannot enter the town because I'm an outlaw. 50 seconds. I will be a little bit too fast, right? I will change to invisibility in case of anything funny happening. Because I cannot loot 5.3 hide anyways and 5.2 hide because I have no space in my inventory. Even though it would be worth it to throw away something for 4.3 and 5.3 hide. Still outlaw for 20 seconds. The chest is fine. Okay, I will be slow enough to reach the town without outlaw. Well, thanks to the kill, I will have the 2 million per hour, I think. Pretty sure. But having this little PvP fame and then going around in the black zone with tier 8 gear is pretty risky, but maybe he just has this much money. It's definitely possible. Loot. Let's see. Should be pretty good. And no teleport costs at all. 3.67, 3.68, and that in 1 hour and 55 minutes. Sadly not 2 million per hour, but already a decent profit per time. But I was feel like I was being really lucky with that tier 7 map being completely full and even getting quite a bit of big stack money.